Sergeant, ring the quorum bell.
Well, the quorum is lacking at this juncture at the National Assembly, and the quorum bell is on ring mode as per the directives by the Speaker. And as we await for that quorum to be attained, the other two questions that the Cabinet Secretary, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, will be required to answer this afternoon is on the status and the number of businesses of Kenyans that were affected following the demonstrations that were held in Tanzania, and to equally explain to honourable members and the public what the ministry has taken, or the measures that the ministry has taken in collaboration with the Tanzanian government to document the number of Kenyans who have been reported missing following the protest in Tanzania. Away from the questions from the Cabinet Secretary, directed to the Cabinet Secretary on Foreign Affairs, specifically delving on the status of Kenyans living and doing business in Tanzania. The other CS set to appear before the National Assembly this afternoon is the CS for Agriculture, Honorable Mutahi Kagwe, who will be answering a number of questions coming from a number of members. Honorable Dorothy Ikiara will be asking the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture, Livestock and Development to explain the criteria used to determine the rates of annual bonuses paid to tea farmers across different regions and factories in the country. The CS will also be required to state the measures taken by his ministry to ensure that all tea farmers receive fair, uniform and transparent bonuses based on their production levels. The member for Muhoroni, Honorable James Kio, will be asking the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture to clarify the terms and conditions of the lease agreements for the state-owned sugar farms, including how the government intends to invest or utilize the leased proceeds for the benefit of local communities. The CS is also required to state whether the lease rent payable took into account the value of the nucleus estate farming land and confirm whether the valuation of the sugarcane within the nucleus was undertaken, and if so, indicate the total value. Member for Igembe Central, Honorable Daniel Karizo, has a number of questions. He wants the CS for Agriculture to clarify the actual amount and quantity of miraa exported daily from Kenya to Somalia, given that the Agricultural and Food Authority reports an average of 1.5 tons, 15 tons a day, while the Nyambene Miraa Trade Association, a duly registered and most active association of miraa farmers, reports over 40 tons daily. He is required to explain that discrepancy, as well as explain why official data on miraa exports to Somali and Somalia remains inconsistent and unreliable despite continuous exports since July 2022, and explain how this has affected trade negotiations and policy decisions between the Republic of Kenya and Somalia. The honourable member also wants to understand whether there are measures being undertaken by the ministry to ensure there is accurate reporting of miraa export data, safeguard government revenue, and promote equitable support for the miraa sector in terms of research, marketing, infrastructure, and the budgetary allocations. So the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, and the CS for Agriculture, CS Mutahi Kagwe, are the CSs that will be appearing this afternoon before the National Assembly, and this is pursuant to Standing Orders number 42A, subsection CB, where the Standing Orders of the House require cabinet secretaries to appear before the House on Wednesday afternoon to explain a number of issues being raised by honorable members. Our dear viewers, remember, tomorrow the House and the Republic of Kenya will be hearing from the President, a courtesy of the State of the Nation address. This is in line with the President's mandate in the Constitution, where he has to address a joint sitting of Parliament in regards to how the government has performed for the last 1 year and equally brief the nation on some of the prospects that his government will be looking into, moving into the year 2026. At the National Assembly this afternoon, we are waiting for the quorum to be attained, with a full entry in today's afternoon order paper, where the National Assembly will be debating and considering a number of business before it. The consideration of a petition regarding the pollution of River Athi by the chairperson on public petitions is also coming up for debate this afternoon, where members will be debating that motion that was considered by the Committee on Public Petitions. Remember, this is the committee with the responsibility of addressing any petitions brought to the House through the Speaker's office as well as through the Clerk's office, where the Speaker communicates that petition to the House, and after that, that petition finds its way to the Committee on Public Petitions that looks into that petition and reports back to the House in regards to the matter that pertains that petition. The consideration of sessional paper number 5 of the year 2024 is also coming up for debate this afternoon, where members of the National Assembly will be debating that motion. It is a motion by the Chairperson Departmental Committee on Environment, Forestry and Mining. And after that, the report of the audited accounts for the Judiciary Mortgage and Scheme Fund for the financial years 2021, 2011, 2012, all the way to 2022 is coming up for debate this afternoon. Remember, this is Wednesday afternoon, where we expect 2 cabinet secretaries to appear. But the highlight of the business of the National Assembly this week is the State of the Nation address, where President William Ruto will be speaking at Parliament tomorrow in the afternoon at a joint sitting of the National Assembly and the Senate. This is where the President will be giving his speech as enshrined in the Constitution. He will be